Hello and welcome to another How Stuff Works. Today I'm going to be explaining how nitrous oxide works to increase the speed of engines and make cars more efficient and make them perform better and stuff like that. So first of all, I'm going to explain to you first how oxygen can be stored chemically, specifically with sodium. So we generally think of storing oxygen as inside large metal tanks holding pressurized oxygen. The way we see oxygens in hospitals and stuff like that, and welding rigs as well. Also scuba divers that take the oxygen down with compressed air. So it turns out there is a chemical way to store oxygen. Some chemicals include potassium chlorate and sodium chlorate. They are rich in oxygen and are willing to give up as a nearly pure gas when heated. Obviously, the scuba tanks that divers wear may weigh up to 80 pounds, 36 kilos, but can store only a few hours of oxygen. A canister weighing half of that can provide about 4 days worth of oxygen. The sodium chloride is acting something like an oxygen sponge, and you squeeze the oxygen out when it's heated, which is simple enough to understand. Sorry, I'm reading a little bit and sort of putting it into my own words, because I don't really know about this stuff, so I thought I'd still bring it to you in video form. So when heat is provided to the oxygen tanks, oxygen is released, and this is a way of making them a lot more lightweight in the modern way of doing things. Okay, so now on to nitrous oxide. So I've just explained to you how sodium chloride releases oxygen when heating it. It works exactly in the same way. So when nitrous oxide is heated to about 300 degrees Celsius, it splits into oxygen and nitrogen. So when nitrous is injected into the pistons, it means that more oxygen is available during combustion. Because you have more oxygen, you can also inject more fuel, allowing the same engine to produce more power. Obviously, nitrous oxide is one of the simplest ways to provide a significant power increase to any engine that uses fuel. Nitrous oxide also has another effect that improves the performance even more. When it vaporizes, nitrous oxide provides a significant cooling effect on the intake air. When you reduce the intake air temperature, you increase the air's density, and this provides more oxygen inside the cylinder. The only problem with nitrous oxide is that it is fairly bulky, and the engine needs a lot of it. Like any gas, it takes up a fair amount of space when compressed into a liquid. A 5-litre engine running at 4,000 RPM consumes about 10,000 litres of air every minute, compared to about 0.2 litres of gas. So it would take a fair amount of nitrous oxide to run a car continuously. So therefore, a car only carries a few minutes of nitrous oxide, and that's how the button is pressed to make the car go faster. So basically, those big science words is what happens is the nitrous is heated up and pushed into the pistons, and the pistons therefore have more oxygen inside them, which means in turn they can take more fuel, and it makes them run twice as efficiently, or even more efficiently than that. It's just a simple way of increasing the car's performance drastically. So if they could, of course, invent a way to store more nitrous in cars, like in a lighter way of storing nitrous oxide, cars would be able to run on it, and therefore obviously cars would be going a lot quicker and use a lot of gas. Anyway, that's just a bit of science behind how that works. So when you push the button on the car, it goes that kind of does happen, but it's not how it portrays in the movies, unfortunately. It's slightly different. Everything doesn't go really fast, and it's not exactly light speed, is what I'm saying. So I hope this has been informative. I did do some reading there from wikis and things, because obviously I want to be accurate on my stuff. So yeah, if you want to know how something else works, leave it in the comments and I'll research it, write something up, and then produce it for you guys. I've been Zulfur, and I'll see you next time.